What's up, everyone? We are back with another video, this time with a Day 2 update. It is Saturday, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. Got the green on. Cal's got his limited edition green March Madness shirt. Got my lucky/unlucky hat on. We are going to go over the standings and some stuff that happened in Day 2. So, in last place, let's start from the rear, is Omar. So Omar was in 17th place. Had a horrible day going 9 for 7, is in last place. We're all used to Omar being towards the back, right, guys? Cool thing about Omar, though, even though he's in last place, he's got all 4 of his final 4 intact. There are only a total of 5 people that can say that, and he's one of them. So he still has hope. In 27th place is Chris Martin, dropped from 16th place to 27th place. We're going 10 and 6 yesterday. He lost his champion, Virginia. So it'll be tough for him to make much noise. Clinton, who didn't pick a champion, moved from 28th from last place. He moved up 2 spots to 26th, going 9 for 7 yesterday. He lost Arizona from his final 4. Justin Donald had a pretty big drop, dropping from 18th place to 25th place. He lost his champion, Virginia, as well, so not looking good, Justin. Jason Elianth is in 24th place. He had a good day yesterday, going 11 and 5. But Jason is actually the only person who has lost 2 of his final 4. So he's in horrible shape. He lost both Arizona and Wichita already.
Wichita.
23rd place, making a jump from 25th up to 23, is none other than past champion Emilio Diaz. Emilio went 11 and 5 yesterday. Emilio, how many of your final 4 do you still have intact?
All of them.
All of them. So despite horrible picks both days, he's in good shape. We ran the permutations. He's still mathematically alive. There's plenty of things that can happen when you have your final 4 intact. And again, that's the goal of the first 2 days. Go 12 and 4 each day and come out with your final 4 unscathed, and you'll be in good shape. So Emilio, you didn't quite go 12 and 4 either day, but your final 4 are intact, which only 5 people can say that. So you are fine. In 22nd place. Not moving. He was in 22nd place day 1, 22nd place day 2. Nick Quintana, past champion. Very consistent, Nick. You're in 22nd place both days. You went 9 and 7 both days, and you lost Arizona from your final 4. Here's a big drop. Fabian, newcomer in the pool, was in 8th place after day 1. He's now in 21st place. He was 13 and 3 day 1, 9 and 7 day 2. So, not sure what happened. It's not like you pick certain picks day 1 and then pick again your certain picks day 2. You pick them all at once, so it's just a coincidence that he made all his good picks day 1 and horrible picks day 2. I don't know how that works out all the time, but it did. And he lost Virginia from his finals. Here's another huge drop. Joe DeMont was in 2nd place. He's now in 20th place. He went 13 and 3 day 1, 7 and 9 yesterday. Lost Virginia from his finals. 19th place, dropping from 11th place, Dan Casetta, who's got the same picks as me down the road. Went 9 and 7 yesterday, lost Virginia from his finals. 18th place. This guy right here.
All right.
Kyle, you were top 10. Now you're kind of more where we expect you to be.
It's true.
You were 11 and 5 yesterday. You
8 and 8 or something.
You pulled a Jeff Fisher. I'm sorry, you're 11 and 5 the first day. You pulled a Jeff Fisher yesterday. What does that mean, Jeff Fisher?
Well, he's known for going 8 and 8 every year,
so you did
not
that yesterday.
a good start to the second.
What
day.
happened yesterday?
I don't know. I think there was one team that lost that was pretty big. Who was it?
Your champion, perhaps?
Oh, yeah, Virginia. They happened to lose, which was actually really exciting real time. I will admit I was kind of rooting for it to happen when it was going on. Just because I thought it was so cool that it was occurring, but I still can't believe that it occurred.
Yeah. Luckily, I wore mine because I brought a few hats. I brought a UNC hat and a Virginia hat. They both played yesterday. Wasn't sure which one to wear. I wore my Virginia hat day 1 when they didn't play. So I'll just wear my UNC hat today, mix things up. Luckily, I did because Virginia lost, and I wouldn't have been able to handle all the banter thrown my way. Even though I'm not a Virginia fan, nor do I have them in my pool.
Well,
people would have assumed I was both, probably.
We're gonna burn that hat, right?
We're gonna burn that hat on a later future bonus video. So keep your eye out for that. 17th place, the defending champion, who still has the trophy. Gerardo's in 17th, dropping from 12th. He went 10 and 6 yesterday. He has lost Arizona from his final 4. There's a weird noise going on. I don't know what it is.
Right next door.
I mean, maybe you just move out of the way now. No, you're blocking the entire video. In 16th place is Ryan M., who played last year. Ryan M. got dead last year, 32 out of 32. Had a good day one, decent day two. He's in the middle of the pack in 16th place, but he lost Virginia from his finals, so we'll see how that affects him. Pretty cool. Next is a tie for 14th and 15th places. We got a tie between father and son. Jose Moreno and his son Christian are tied with the exact same points. And hey, Emilio, didn't you say Jose is like your rival?
Yes.
Why is he your rival?
He happened to complete the Emilio Slam the year after I invented it.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know what that is. What is the Emilio Slam? Is it like the Grand Slam you get at Denny's, or is that more like the Serena Slam?
It's more like the Serena Slam.
So tell us what you did to get the Emilio Slam.
I won the Fantasy Football Championship, I won the March Madness Championship, and I won the Hockey Championship, all in the
same year.
Yeah.
And then that was cool because no one's done it. Hence, it was coined after the name was coined after you. And then the very next year, someone does it again.
Yeah, that was bullshit. He didn't even let me have a year to live it up.
Yeah,
he won the hockey one too.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And March Madness.
I thought it was just March Madness and the football one.
2 years in a row, the person who won our March Madness pool won our fantasy football league later that same year, and also they both also won a very smaller, like $20 buy-in hockey playoff pool that we do. And then the year after that, Robert Gonzalez won the March Madness pool, and he was the number one seed going to our fantasy football playoffs, so he almost pulled it off. And last year, Gerardo won the pool, and he was...
Wait, who beat Rogo in that?
You
playoffs?
did.
Oh, shoot, I almost forgot.
And then Gerardo almost did it again last year because he went into the playoffs as a top seed in our fantasy football after winning March Madness. So, guys, if you want to have a good good fantasy football season, win our March Madness pool and join our league. You're pretty much guaranteed a lot of money. Our housekeeping's coming right now. I'm not sure what to do. Hopefully we can get some fresh towels. Looks like we didn't.
Oh, no, Emilio's doing it.
Okay. So, where were we? Christian and his dad are tied for 15th and 14th place. They both lost to Arizona from their Final Four. In 13th place is Nate Bullinger, who dropped from 7th place. He lost his champion Virginia, though, so he probably can't gain too much more ground. Now, this next guy made a huge jump. He was in 27th place after day one, past champion. And he jumped all the way up to 12th place. So Jameson Jones, who's a past champion, even though the trophy has an asterisk next to his name because his title got vacated, we'll still refer to him as a past champion for all intents and purposes of the video.
Is that the Louisville year?
Yeah, he had Louisville. We know what happened with them. So, I mean, they really shouldn't have won that championship. So, in reality, Jameson shouldn't have won the pool. So,
you have to return the prize money. Is that how that works?
He does. He has to. Okay. We're going to send him an invoice with interest, and he'll have to pay it to whoever got second place that year, which I think was Joe Gianosa, actually. Mm. So, he's lost Virginia from his Final Four, but good jump going 12-4 yesterday, much better than his first 9-7 day. In 11th place, Jay Mel. Jay's nickname is Jay Parlay, and he would be proud of me yesterday, Jay, because I hit a 7-team parlay on the money line, though, so it didn't pay that much, but still, 7-team. Technically, it was a 6-team because one of them pushed, so I got paid for a 6-team money line parlay.
Wait, how did one push?
Because Virginia pushed at the half.
Oh, you did a halftime bet.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank God I bet the half, not the game for them.
Yeah, wouldn't have worked out too well.
Yeah, so Jay, thank you for, encouraging me to do parlays. And you lost Virginia from your Final Four. 10th place, another big jump. This guy was in 24th place, jumped to 10th place. Nate Costa went 12-4 yesterday, but he's lost Virginia from his Final Four. Now, there's another really cool tie. You know how we had Jose and his son tied? These next two guys are tied for 9th and 8th place. It's Joe Gianosa and Joe Geneza. Tied for 8th and 9th. Same name.
But no relation.
Same exact points, no relation, except that their picks suck, but all of a sudden their picks are top 10. So some relation there. Joe Gianosa went 13-3 yesterday. Joe Geneza went 11-5 yesterday, so they're tied They've both lost one team from their Final Four. Joe G lost Arizona. The other Joe G lost Virginia from his Final Four. But they're still in decent shape. In 7th place is someone who has a pretty good shot at winning the pool. It's Ruben. He was in 3rd place after day 1, dropped to 7th place, but he's got a really good chance because he has his Final Four intact. So that's great. Again, only 5 people in the pool can still say that. In fact, the next 2 people can also say that. Jumping from 9th place to 6th place is Rogo. He went 10-6 and 11-5 the first day, so not great days by any stretch of the imagination, but he has his Final Four intact. And he's actually got Cincinnati winning the whole thing, so even if his other 3 fall apart, his other 3 regions, Cincinnati goes deep, he's likely to win because he's got some good picks the first 2 days. He's got enough points to withstand losing some.
Cincinnati has a 10% chance to win the whole tournament.
Yeah,
538.
Yeah, they start with
like it was 1 or 2. I forget.
Yeah,
I have to go back
less than
and look,
2% chance because Arizona and Virginia both lost in the region. They've been bumped up to a 10% chance to win the whole tournament, not just their region. So looking good for Rogo. Emilio, how would you feel if Robert Gonzalez won the pool twice, became the first 2-time champion of the pool?
I would hate it.
I think we all would.
Well said.
We would all hate that. Next, in 5th place, jumping from 15th place to 5th place, nice jump, going 11-5 yesterday, Shane Nagel, who also has his Final Four intact. So we've gone over 4 of the 5 people who have their Final Four intact. In 4th place is myself. I was in 4th place after day 1, 4th place after day 2, consistent. Went 11-5 yesterday, 12-4 day 1. I did lose Virginia, who I had in the finals. So that hurts for sure. But I still have Villanova winning the whole thing, and they looked good, very good day 1. And we actually just watched their 2nd round game this morning, and they destroyed Alabama. So they are looking great. They were shooting, like 75% from...
Well, I think probably in the second half. The first half they were doing fine, obviously, but the second half they turned it on.
One guy made like, what?
I don't know, maybe 7 threes, 8 threes in the second half.
That's crazy. Yeah. In 3rd place, jumping from 5th place up to 3rd place, is Kyle. Of course, you would never be ranked that high, so as we know, it's Kyle Robinson.
Well, it might be my second entry, right? For all you know, you've never ranked
Emilio and I did come up with a pretty advanced theory that K. Robs, a.k.a. Krobs, a.k.a. Kyle Robinson, is actually just Kyle Steinfeld's second bracket. He made up a guy, made up a Facebook page for him. I looked at this guy's Facebook. He's only got one friend, and it's Kyle. Just kidding. I haven't looked at his Facebook page, but I will as soon as I finish making this video, just to see what's going on. Make sure he's legit. Send him a friend request. Make sure he accepts it without Kyle reaching for his mobile device. And we'll be able to authenticate his bracket. So K-Robs, a.k.a. Krobs, went 12-4 both days. So that's the dream. That's the dream right there, going 12-4 both days. He lost Arizona from his Final Four, though. But looking good for a first-timer in the pool. It seems like every year a first-timer is winning it, so looking good. Next is Lucas. So Lucas was first place day 1, still in 2nd place for day 2, and has his Final Four intact. And they're not crazy Final Fours. He's got some good teams that realistically are probably the highest percentage, have the highest percentage to make it to the Final Four from what we discussed this morning.
Did he have Cincinnati making the Final Four?
I think so. I
think
he does.
Yeah,
he does.
I think it was Cincinnati.
Yeah. It's either going to be them or
Cincinnati,
Kentucky.
UNC, Villanova, and Michigan State. I think.
Yeah. So he doesn't have Kansas, which a lot of people do. So he's got Michigan State, which I think will beat Kansas. So
Duke, though.
He's looking good for sure. It'd be great if Lucas won. Obviously, I don't want anyone to win the pool for the second time unless it's me. I want to be the first 2-time champion. So I don't want Emilio, Jose, Joe, Jameson, Gerardo, Robert, any of those guys to win it, Nick Quintana, before I do again. I can't, I wouldn't be able to handle that. So I'm okay if Lucas wins it this year, especially since he's been in the pool before and played many events. First place is Cole Pereira. Cole was 11-5 after day 1. Didn't pick many upsets. He was in 21st place. Jumped from 21st place to 1st place by going 14-2 yesterday. Wow. By far the best day of any of the day 1s or 2s. It was 14-2 by Cole. He has lost Virginia from his Final Four, but obviously in great shape. Let me read you a text conversation between Cole and I a few days ago when I was trying to get him to join the pool. Let's see what I said. On Wednesday at 12:12 p.m., I said, "Hey, you going to join our March Madness pool again this year?" Question mark. He replies back, "I'm gonna pass." That's all he says. I reply back, "Say what?" Like that in a high-pitched voice. It was, you can tell I said it like that by the way I typed it, if that makes sense. He says, "LOL, I don't know shit about basketball." I said, "None of us do. It just makes watching the games fun. Otherwise, we'd have no one to root for. Every guy who has ever won our pool has had no clue what he was doing," which Probably true. He says, "When does it start?" I'd say games start at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, so get your bracket in tonight. He says, "Send me the login thing again." So at this point, I know he's in. By the way, it happened to a couple people who didn't want to play, and I didn't just let them say no. I handled their objection, made them join, built up the price pool for whoever wins. So, guys, if I didn't spend all my Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday recruiting people, we'd have like 4 people in the pool. You'd win no money. So, if you win $2,500, hey, throw me a few shekels for God's sakes for recruiting. I should get what, 80% of your winnings, at least lunch. So he sends me his email. I say, "Get your picks in. How much do I owe?" Blah blah. Lo and behold, he joins the pool. And now he's in first place, probably going to win $2,500 or more. So we'll see what happens. So that is the updated standings. Here's who picked who to win the whole championship. So we kind of know how the picks were dispersed. 6 people, including myself, have Villanova winning the whole thing. They look great. 4 people, including Kyle, have Virginia, and
they don't look so good.
They're out. I'm surprised it's only 4 people. They were the number 1 overall seed. I thought that was good strategy.
Yeah.
I see you did.
I had him originally, and then I didn't have him, and then I had him, then I didn't have him, and then I decided to go with him because I assumed that that the people that were going to have them was going to get chopped down a little bit.
Right. That makes sense.
Strategically, it would probably work out better.
6 people pick Kansas, which I don't like Kansas at all. I've been picking Kansas in my pools for years. They never do anything. They're the number 1 seed every year. I don't remember them ever not being a number 1 seed. They win their conference every year. They win their conference tournament pretty much every year. Then they do nothing in the real tournament. So they're my permanent do not pick list. Now you have like a permanent do not draft list in fantasy football.
Yeah.
Frank Gore,
that's who
guys like that.
Yeah.
I have a permanent do not pick past the Elite 8 list, and Kansas is on that list. 1 person picked Cincinnati. That's Robert Gonzalez. 2 people picked Michigan. 2 people picked Michigan State, which is pretty good pick. Only 2 people.
That's my other one.
And 6 people picked Duke. I don't really like Duke to get past Michigan State, and then have to beat Kansas, and then have to beat Villanova, and then have to win the finals. So I don't like Duke's path. And of course, 1 person picked none other than blank. Clinton left his entry blank for champion. So that is it. There are 8 games today, 7 more after the first one.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to add to the video?
Well, I don't want to provide another block.
Wow, you should not have even said anything. I forgot about that.
That's fine. It's on video. What am I supposed to do?
Kyle, go watch yesterday's video. We had made some bets on day 1. This was before day 2. Kyle said he had a lock for that day. He said it was Arkansas to beat Butler. It was a lock. He made a really big bet on it, as did I, as did Emilio, because we took his lock.
Wait, 2 of us made a big bet on it.
Worst lock ever.
Emilio has
was a big bet for me.
Dude, quit yelling for God's sakes. Dude, Emilio's down like $300, and he acts like it's the end of the world. I've been betting that on each game. Calm down, step your game up, quit crying that you're down. Essentially, lunch. Okay? But yeah, it was Kyle's lock, and then the game started out 19-2 or 21-2.
Something stupid.
It was nuts.
They came back though.
They came back to just get our hopes up.
Yeah. I want to say they did it twice, but maybe not. I don't know.
Because they were like -2 or 3, right? So they had to come back and win by a few points. Right?
No, they were getting points.
They were getting +2.
They were getting 2.
So still, either way, we lost a lot of money for his lock.
Yeah.
What's your lock for today? Do you have one?
I don't want to say because
Emilio, do you have a lock? Michigan, right?
Michigan.
Oh, didn't you say you like Michigan too, -3?
I do like them, but I don't want to call them my lock because we know how that works out.
They're my luck.
Emilio's probably gonna bet $10 on them, so
I might add a couple zeros to that one. So
yeah.
we'll see.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.